All right. Let's get this party on the roll, guys. Let's see. I think we should be good. Everything okay? Let me know in chat. Everything okay? Is everything good? I want to start yapping, and we're not good. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys like a minute or so. In the meantime, I'm gonna look at these charts real quick. See what we got going on here. Give you guys like a couple minutes. Allow people to get in here. But I realize some people get in here super late and then they start asking me things that I went over already, which is kind of crazy. All right, let's go ahead and start. Yeah, let's go ahead and start this. Okay, so DXY. What are we looking for on DXY? All right, let's go to the higher time frame, guys, real quick. So on DXY here, let me turn off this background audio. I think this might be too loud for some of you. Just a little bit. Boom. There we go. Alright, let me let you guys know that I am live. Alright, let's get into DXY, guys. So daily time frame, we're bullish, right? Daily time frame, we're bullish. We have this leg right here all the way towards the upside. We can kind of see that we're retracing back into this leg. Higher time frame, you guys know, as I talked about, the price action from 2001 is not the same price action as today. Okay, so not saying this price action doesn't matter, but we are in a whole different economy. Okay, 2001 did not know about Trump, so this is going to be a whole different ball game here around this year. Okay, so or on these next 4 years. So this price action is going to form different. Now we still are reacting off of this higher time frame area here, and we can see we're getting a pullback. This could be the start of a major distribution, guys. As I'm looking at it, we already have our buying climax, our secondary test, another secondary test here. That could also be our up thrust action as well. And then we also have potentially our UTAD. So basically, if we see this market start to drop a little bit heavily, then this will become like a major distribution, but that's like a long-term thing. If that ends up happening, we will see. But just moving into the lower time frame, what have we been seeing? So after we got this like kind of huge liquidity sweep up here, and we got this distribution right here, as you can see, we have that major distribution that created this bearish push. We have imbalances. This imbalance actually got filled already here, but we still have these imbalances over here on the daily time frame, especially over here as well. We have imbalance right here. So we see as the market is coming lower, we did get a kind of bounce, but we didn't bounce really heavily. We're still kind of weak, right? Buyers are still weak here, even though this is like a low level demand zone. As you can see here on the daily time frame, this is a reaccumulation. We did sweep some lows before we did get that push. Now, honestly, I was waiting for this market to bend, tap into this area since right here, and we just not coming into it. And you can kind of see the price action here is weak, right? It's not very strong. We don't have very strong buyers right here. So I still believe this market will go lower, especially since we're not seeing an accumulation yet. As far as this week, tomorrow is really going to be the main day of this week, FOMC. If you guys did not know, let's go to the news. I chose the wrong price action. Why is it saying today is the 9th? That's incorrect. All right, so tomorrow, right, FOMC. Okay, this is really going to be the major news that everyone is waiting for this week. That's going to be I'm waiting for. I wouldn't be surprised if the markets don't move that much today. I'm really waiting for indices to open up, and we're going to try to see what we can take on indices. But as far as DXY, with Powell speaking tomorrow and telling us and having that press conference of what's actually going on in the markets and what he's going to do with those rates, whether he's going to cut rates, whether he's going to raise rates, we'll see. Trump really wants him to cut rates, so we'll see. He's been really strict on leaving it the same, and if he does cut rates, guys, just understand dollar is going to fall even more. We're going to see dollar just start falling, okay, which is going to continue our EU, GU, AU uptrend, which, to be honest, I don't mind. All right, it was some easy setups taking those to the upside, so I would love to see that continue going. If you kind of leave rates the same, markets kind of maybe we'll see a flash crash, and then the markets kind of just stay the same, and then we'll see that trend start to form again. Like I said, if we do start seeing this market range here more, I will start, you know, as the market ranges and the longer the market ranges here, my bias will change, because when we start seeing the market range right here, guys, that is buyers getting into the market. We will see accumulation of buyers as this market begins to range. At the moment, it's kind of ugly and we're not seeing a steady range. We're just seeing like just a quick bounce. All right, so that's why right now I'm still thinking we can still continue lower. Now, what does that mean for EU? When we go into EU here, you can see how ugly these markets were last week, right? Kind of didn't go nowhere. We've been in the same price, same range for the last, let's see, since we first hit this area around right here. We've been here for about 30 days, right? We kind of exited here for a couple days, so we can minus those couple days that we exited this range. So for, let's say, like 5 days that we exited that range there. So 20 days we've been here, kind of just in the same price, in the same range. I do see today we're still maintaining these lows, right? This demand zone right here, you guys remember we took a trade from this area here. This demand zone, we're still maintaining that area. We haven't gotten the change of character yet. I want to see what price did today. We didn't sweep Asian lows just yet. Didn't sweep Asian lows. We do have a lot of liquidity up here as well that we can come and take. I don't mind taking EU to the upside. I just need to see a valid setup to take EU to the upside. So you guys know what I'm kind of waiting for. I'm waiting for that impulsive move towards the upside. We just haven't been seeing that here. And basically what that tells me is there's just weak buyers here, right? It's just weak buyers, weak sellers as well. It's just, I believe right now, as far as the market sentiment is, we really don't know what these institutions want to do at this price point, right? They could either take this market lower, targeting all of this imbalance right here. This is why I have that change of character, or we could come and take out all of this low level liquidity. But until we see that impulse, until we see that volatility, the market move in one direction, we really don't know where the market's going to go. Now, I know GU already started its uptrend, okay? I'm waiting for this buy opportunity here on GU. We did not create the change of character. We did come down here. We did take out these lows right here, and we're kind of just maintaining this bullish order flow, right? We have low here to our high, low here to our high, and then low here to potentially our next high. You can kind of see last week what we were doing here. Steady range, okay? Just a steady range. We really did not manipulate these lows like that. We really left these lows here. So what I'm waiting for as far as GU, you can kind of see we're just impulse and we're moving towards the upside, which is just showing me buyers wants to take this market higher. And it's just showing me that we want to continue holding this bullish order flow, this bullish pressure towards the upside as we've been getting. So let's not fight the market, right? Let's go ahead and do this. Zoom into here. What do we have? 1 hour candles. Major imbalances, I want to see where we can see a manipulation here. We have a distribution right here, which looks pretty nice. We have an accumulation in there. Let's see. Did anyone take this accumulation? I don't believe I've seen a trade from U5 in here. I don't know if he's trading GU at the moment either, but I'm looking for buys on GU. Now, how will we take these buys? Where will we take these buys? This doesn't look bad, this right here. Wish we would have got like a manipulation of Asian lows or something. I would have been confident taking this market here. But this area, since this area did not create a manipulation itself, and then we don't have that major manipulation here, it would be a low quality setup to take a buy from here. And we're not that desperate, guys. It's the beginning of the week. We don't need a setup. This market is moving heavy. I will keep this in mind here. Accumulation, where's our accumulation? Right there. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. And I'm gonna have this area marked out. No limit order. We're just gonna have this area marked out, right? This is gonna be the most valid area to look for a buy at the moment. To be honest, I would not chase this. Don't chase this move. Yeah, don't chase this move, guys. Do not get FOMO into this. So if, let's say we do not come back into here, say we don't come back into here, because this is where I'll look for a trade opportunity. No limit order, just a trade opportunity. If we don't come back into here, then I'm going to be looking for this, right? This is exactly what I'm going to be looking for, like that. All right, I'm going to be looking for something like that. Whether that happens today, that's cool. If it happens tomorrow, that's cool as well. But that's what I'll be looking for the time being. Like I said, we have FOMC tomorrow, so we don't really want to force anything. It's really going to be like a chill week. I really want you guys to relax, do not be too aggressive. I really want to see what Powell does. That's going to give us the sentiment for the next, well, for the rest of the quarter. Okay, so depending on what he decides to do, that's going to give us a directional bias for the this entire month and next month. So that's the whole rest of this month and the whole next month of opportunities. So let's be patient right now. Let's wait for that news to come out. Let's wait for those opportunities, those clear opportunities to come out. Because pretty sure tomorrow might mess up this whole price action. You guys seen it happen before. When those tariffs dropped, 2 weeks of price action was taken out in 1 hour. Okay, so with this FOMC and the way that this FOMC is being anticipated, I've been seeing it through the markets and just on Instagram, and every other trader is just waiting for this. Even crypto traders are waiting for this as well. So it's gonna be something that we're gonna is gonna create a lot of market volatility, especially with the tariffs. Okay, especially with the tariffs. Now AU looks pretty clean. AU looks a lot better. I'm waiting for us to break this high right here. Okay, once we break this high, I will look for a buy opportunity here on AU, and that limit order is just going to come from his area right here. So it's most likely going to be this 4-hour candle that's already forming. Right, as long as we get this up move, we break this high, this 4-hour candle right here is going to be where I take my entry once we confirm that break. There was nothing for me to take here. Unfortunately, I didn't like the fact that, you know, Asian was what created the sweep. You guys know we don't like taking trades off of Asian session, especially since the liquidity is still underneath these lows right here, even though we did not take it, unfortunately. But we did sweep today's Asian lows. So that's enough for me. I just need this high broken, that external high, and then we take our trade. Now, if you did take a trade from here, understand these type of trades are low probability. It's not like they don't work. They're just low probability. Okay, we're looking for high probability setups. All right, only take high probability setups, guys. So, and let me lower this. Okay. Let's put this here. Demand zone confirm question mark. So once that alert goes off, I'm gonna set a limit order here. I will let you guys know inside the Discord as well. Let's see UCAD. Let's see UCAD got going on. UCAD has been a tricky one for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. The reason why is because so we invalidated NFP. This is what I was looking for. I was looking for us to invalidate NFP, and then after NFP, after we invalidated NFP, I was really gonna be looking for aggressive entries to take out all of this liquidity. And we're not seeing those buying opportunities. We're seeing selling opportunities today. So that's not what I'm looking for. I'm really just looking for those buying opportunities to take out these highs. Now, honestly, where is our low? This is our low here today. I'll actually wait for the break of this low here. We could still come into this area here. We've been seeing aggressive drops, especially on UCAD, and we're going to get into USHEF in a second as well. I do have something I'm looking for on USHEF too. It's imbalance. So as this market continues to go down, once we do break this low here, since this low is what invalidated this NFP price action, and once we create this change of character, I'll actually start looking for more. I'll look for some sells to the downside, maybe targeting this low. This market has still been bearish. We haven't really invalidated any of this major price action. I'm really surprised we haven't gone for these highs yet. All of this liquidity here that's just forming above these highs. So that's kind of why I'm hesitant on taking sales here. It's just we don't have the obvious manipulation of these highs just yet, and we know the market wants to take these highs. So we're probably just still generating liquidity. So as long as we are trading beneath here, away from these highs here and we get some aggressive, let's say, sell opportunities at these areas here, I'll take some sales down here. It's just as the market climbs towards these highs right here, I don't like to take those sales because we just have obvious liquidations that the market wants to come into. I don't know why they're not taking it, but trust me, it's going to be taken sooner or later, and we don't want to be in the trade to find out. Okay, so UCHEF here, we have a setup that is forming here. I wish we would have taken out these lows yesterday, but I'm simply going to wait for this break. You guys know that we're looking for this sell opportunity on UCHEF already. We got stopped out when it broke this high. We actually got liquidated. We didn't even break the next high. Crazy, but we got stopped out right here once we broke this high, and you can see the market ended up going lower. The story of the markets. That's basically what happens. Story of my life, I should say. But let's see. I don't need that. Liquidity right here, right? It's kind of like the same setup as you guys kind of seen right here. That same manipulation that we have. And I believe today we're going to get that impulse. Hopefully we get this impulse that at least comes down to break this low. And it has to be this low, guys. Reason why is because this low invalidated this supply zone. If that didn't happen, this low or these lows would have been enough, but it has to be this low. I need to see that confirmation that we actually want to go lower, especially after that happens. Because technically right now, we see the market, this high made this low. This high right here did not make a new low. So we're kind of stuck in between this low and this high at the moment with this high and this low. So we're kind of just stuck right here, and we have never made a new low, nor have we made a new high. So we're just stuck. So I need the market to exit one of these points before I start looking for any trades. Okay. So that point that I would like for us to exit is this low right here. Once we do that, we're going to take shorts to target this imbalance right here. And also this market is just generally bearish as well. You can just kind of see this is a bearish market, so it is okay for us to look for those aggressive sales at the moment. And honestly, I could really see us going past these lows in all these areas here towards the downside, because we feel this major imbalance here on the daily time frame. So I could see a big drop to the downside. I just need the market to actually start showing that impulsive volatility, and we will look for those shorts here. I already have an alert. I'm already waiting for this. I've been planning this on UCHEF. Now, UJ, I'm looking for shorts. You guys already know. We talked about this last week. We came into that imbalance here. News gave us that move towards the upside. We came into imbalance right here. We tapped into the 71. Right, perfect retracement. As you know, our structure, our latest structure leg was being held from this high right here, that high to this low, and that's what the fibs is based on. These 2 points right here, and you can see we pulled back into the 71 and we filled this imbalance, and since then we've been getting aggressive selling to the downside. So now I'm just waiting for the market to create that setup for me. I know we have our direction. I'm looking for shorts. Okay. We have our direction. I am looking for shorts. I wish we would have gotten this manipulation today. We did not. 4-hour time frame. Let's see. Actually, this looks better on the 4-hour time frame. This move actually looks better on the 4-hour time frame here for UJ. Let's see. We filled imbalance here. Filled imbalance. We have a gap right here. You know what? Here's what we do. Oh, we need an external break. Here's what we do. Okay. So what I would do here, since this 4-hour here did sweep these highs, we did take out these recent highs right here. Take out those recent highs. We are forming that impulse to the downside. Manipulation, external break. Here's what I'll do, guys. I'll actually take shorts from here. Nice and balanced. All we need is that aggressive break. I don't believe the market's going to pull back right now anyways, guys. Just how aggressive this market is at the moment, I don't think we're going to pull back. If we do, if we immediately pull back into this area, go on a lower time frame, wait for the same move. So you're going to just zoom in here on the 1 minute time frame, and you're just basically going to look for a simple raid of the highs and a simple break, right? Once you get that, you take your trade, stop loss at this high. Or if you want to be safe, honestly, once you get this, put your stop loss at this high and ride this down, because I am going to be taking this down into down here. Okay, that's why I'll be taking UJ into, and that's what we'll look for. But what I really want to see for us to just take a limit order and not have to deal with that lower time frame is just a break at this low. And I believe we're going to get that today. Just how aggressive that we've been seeing this market move to the downside. So I'll put that here. Just put our short opportunity. Save that right there. Short opportunity here on UJ. Gold. Now remember, I told you guys about gold here at the 50%. Gold didn't really give the best opportunity to get into a trade on here, but what we do have today is we did take out Asian lows twice, right? I think Monday we took out Asian lows, and then today we took out Asian lows here. Oh, this was Wednesday last week. Friday that high. Friday that high. Here's that first sweep. And there is that impulse towards the upside. Now, let's go to the 4 hour, go to the daily. I'm looking just for the best candle here. It's going to be like your safest demand zone at the moment is that daily with that 4 hour area right here. Okay. And then after that, let's zoom in here. Let's see what's going on. Today's price action, lower time frame. We have, if you're scalping on a lower time frame, this is basically what you're going to look for, right? If you're on the 15 minute, you're on the 5 minute, and you're trying to take these scalps on gold to the upside, you're basically looking for this type of movement right here. Looking for these small raids here, and you're looking for these type of candles, right? So for this right here, if you're going to scalp, this would be your first area that you would look for, right? So as the market goes lower, you're going to look for entries there on the 1 minute to take this higher. All right, gold is bullish. Gold has been bullish for like a while now, months. Okay, we came back into discounted pricing. I was really thinking we would come a little bit lower, like all the way down here into the 71, at least to fill this imbalance. That's why I had it there. But gold does not care, right? Gold does not care at all. So we just turned right here on a point, and we can kind of see that this is a nice accumulation as well. We have that low, we have these lows that create our selling climax. Here's our terminal shakeout. We do have accumulation here, and we have a reaccumulation here. So this is showing me that buyers are still in control of this market, most definitely. So I would definitely look for those aggressive buys towards the upside and really just targeting the 3,500, right? Targeting this institutional area, targeting this high. And I definitely see us making a new high this week. Now, I do see us coming up to 4,000, probably not this week, right? Maybe in the next month. maybe by the end of this quarter. But I do see that more aggressive buying opportunity here on gold. So I wouldn't be too aggressive with little entries like this. This right here, inside this 50%, that was your best buying area. If the market does retrace back that far, back into this area again, then that's where you want to start looking for those aggressive entries. As the market is going higher, make sure you are waiting for confirmation entries in these low level areas. Understand these are not high probability areas because we are on the 15-minute, we're on the lower time frame. These are 5-minute areas, 15-minute areas. So these are not areas I would set limit orders in. These are areas I would wait for the market to get into on the 1 minute and wait for a reaction. Once you see the reaction, then you take your trade, right? You want to be a little bit cautious with these areas since they're low level areas, right? As you go into higher time frames, you're going to have higher probability. When it comes to these bigger areas, those are the areas that you want to just take limit orders from. Okay. I think that is it for gold. If you guys have any questions on that, please let me know. Any pairs that you want me to cover, please let me know. So GJ, I'm looking for sales on GJ as well. Just kind of zooming out for you guys here on the 4-hour time frame here. You can kind of see our structure: high to low, high to low. Right, we finally got the pullback back into the 71, back into the 80, that golden zone right here, and you can see that reaction. So I'm not looking for buys here. That's the only reason I wasn't looking for buys here. Now, if this area, let's say this same price action here would have happened like down here, that's a different story, right? I would have taken those buys. But since we've already made our objective, we've already came into the 71, we've already came into this, you know, just all of this leg, we already filled up that objective. I'm not going to be taking that limit order here. I would need the market to actually give me this reaction, right? So for example, if we just start exploding, market just explodes here, tomorrow I would take something like this towards the upside. All right, but because what we're seeing here on UJ, and we're looking for sales on UJ, we can see how aggressive the JPY is being right now towards the downside. UJ have already made its objective back into the 71. I'm going to expect GJ to do the same. All right, so I'm looking for the break of this low. Honestly, I probably don't even need that. Depending on how this price action goes today, if we see some aggressive movements to the downside, just as of today, and, you know, we just take out this low, I see that imbalance right here, we could potentially just take a trade from here coming tomorrow. Now, probably not tomorrow, maybe Thursday. Tomorrow's FOMC. Okay, but we will see. We'll see. It depends on how fast this happens. This could happen today. We don't know. I don't think we have any major news today. No, we do not. Not for us. As for the New Zealand, if you're trading any New Zealand pairs, which I don't really trade New Zealand pairs. But yeah, I'm looking for sales on GJ, guys. Just looking for sales. Anything that this area gives me, pushing to the downside, breaking this low, I'm going to take that reaction and we're going to sell it to the floor. I'm going to be targeting this low right here. Okay. And then UJ too. CAD-J is still on timeout. I don't want to do anything on CAD-J at the moment. But if you are looking at CAD-J, I'm looking for shorts on CAD-J as well. We are bearish. Right, bearish, higher time frame. Just kind of just zoom out and show you guys. Well, no, not actually. We're bullish, but we're still bearish. All right, I know it's probably kind of confusing, but I do see us coming lower here into this area here. We have not gotten into this area right here. I do see us at least coming into the 50% of this area here. On a daily time frame, you can see we're still in this major leg, but we have not came into the objective just yet, which is this demand zone. Also, on the 4-hour time frame here, right, our intraday, we still have bearish legs to the downside, right? We have this leg that pushed to this leg. And then on the 1 hour here, we're still having bearish legs to the downside. We have this leg that pushed down to these legs. So until that changes, I'm still going to expect this market to come lower. So that's why I'm expecting this market to come lower. Guys, just kind of, you know, just to kind of put that back together. And also JPY right now, you can kind of see all the JPYs are trending lower. So you can't just expect CAD-J to do its own thing when you have other JPYs going lower as well. So I'm really going to expect this to just come down and sweep all of these lows here. You can kind of see we built this small liquidity pool right here. I'm going to expect this to come into this area. Now, the area that I would expect to bounce is right here. at this imbalance, potentially a small bounce, and then we continue lower again. Like I said, CAJ is in timeout until further notice because it gave me some losses. Well, it gave me a loss last week. It gave me a loss 2 weeks in a row. So it's on timeout for the time being. Until I see like a super clean setup, I'm not going to be aggressive with this. I'd rather be aggressive in GJ and UJ, and we'll take those aggressive sales there. Or even CHF JPY as well. You can kind of see, like I said, all the JPY pairs are falling at the moment. That's why we're kind of just looking for those aggressive sales on UJ and GJ. CJ as well. This market is very bullish, as you can see, right, on the higher time frame. We still have not came back into, let's see, we have low, high, low, high, low, high. We broke this low right here. Boom, high. We didn't make a new low. We did not make a new high. So on the higher time frame, we are inside of this leg. So high to low. Boom. We're inside of this bearish leg that broke these lows right here. Let's go to the 4 hour and the 1 hour. We see the market mitigated this area. Guys, once the market mitigates the demand zone, it's over. Okay, that's it. We're not looking for buys here no more. So I'm going to delete this just in case, so nobody, thinks we're going to still buy from there. You can kind of see the direction of this market. Look for selling opportunities. Like I said, JPY pairs are just falling right now. So not really much you can do unless you're just trying to chase the market. I don't like chasing the market. I'd rather wait for the market to create a setup. Remember, do not get FOMO. There will always be opportunities. There will always be opportunities, guys. Trust me. ACAD, I'm looking for longs on ACAD. We swept today's lows, as you can see here. And just basically because we just exited this range. And its brother, AU, is going higher. Okay, ACAD and AU are literally like the same market. Just a little bit different. AU is with the US and then ACAD is with the Canadian. But they're kind of the same price action. You can see both of them range and then exploded higher. AU right here, range, exploded higher. So we're looking for longs here on AU. Let me just put that right there because we look like we're forming that. And then ACAD, I'm going to be looking for the same thing here because this market still wants to go higher. So we're going to take this market higher. I like the fact that we swept these lows today, Asia lows, and we're getting accumulation. We're getting that 3 drive move that we like to see, right? We have 1, 2, 3. Get that. That'll be our accumulation. And we swept Asian lows already. So just a break of this high is all we need. What's these highs looking like? I know that we are getting into this kind of leg right here. You guys can see we are getting back into that leg and we're getting very premium pricing. But until this market creates a change of character, until we break a low or anything like that, we can't expect this market to drop out of the blue. Okay, so just keep buying it. Honestly, GCAD, we created a change of character here on GCAD. GCAD, I'm actually going to be looking for longs on GCAD. I'm still following this higher time frame right here, honestly. And another reason why is up here we didn't create anything for me to take a sell off of. We didn't raid Asian highs. And we just don't have the impulse that I'm looking for, guys. We just don't have that impulsive move. I know you guys are probably like, what about these candles right here? They're pretty impulsive. Where's the manipulation that created that impulsive move? It's not here. Okay, so unless probably on the daily time frame, unless you want to take a daily time frame candle. But also, just because of this structure right here, I still believe we can go higher. Okay, I can't unsee it. All right, so I would rather side with the buyers, and I just don't like the fact that we invalidated this area here. I did believe that we could just continue lower, but we did not. And GU is aggressively pushing towards the upside. So if GU is aggressively pushing to the upside, GCAD is going to be aggressively pushing to the upside. It was the same thing like I explained here on AU and ACAD, right? If GCAD is going higher, GU is going higher, right? If GU is going higher, GCAD is going higher. And GU is really the main driver here. So if GU is going to continue higher, I'm going to expect GCAD to continue higher, especially after this change of character, especially since on the higher time frame we're bullish still. We are trying to follow this order flow. We do see the market rejected from this order flow here, but I still believe this market can go higher. Okay. The more you trade, the more you try, start looking at these pairs like this, you'll kind of understand how they kind of correlate with each other and the movements. All right, you don't want to be like selling AU and then trying to buy EU. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Okay, let me just tell you that right now. Now on eChef, so this market here, I want to see if we can take out this high. I like the fact that we came lower. Well, I do and I don't like the fact that we came lower because this is where we were targeting. This would have been our TP from last week. As you guys know, what happened last week, we took a sell here on eChef. Where was it? We had our stop loss above this high right here. You can see we barely got taken out. Barely got taken out right here last week. And the market dropped. We were targeting that imbalance right here. Now that we've came into that imbalance, we are in discounted pricing. Okay, so I am not going to immediately take this right here. All right, especially after we filled an imbalance. So I want to see if we take out these highs, I will aggressively buy this market, since technically right now we're still inside of this leg right here on our order flow. Now, higher time frame, this market is bearish. Very, 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 very bearish, right? I think this is like the lowest of the lows. Let's go on the weekly time frame. Yeah, very, 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 very bearish. I think like this is the lows of the lows, guys. So it also makes sense for the market to give us a kind of bounce right here as well. So that's what I'm really going to be looking for. I'm waiting for us to break this high. Let me set this alert here just in case as well, so we don't miss that. And that's pretty much it for my pairs. Now, if you guys have any questions, let me know right now in the chat. If you have anything, any recommendations, if you have any different analysis, share it with me, right? Because just because I'm over here and you're there doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong. Okay, you could be right, I could be wrong. So let me know if you do have something different, if you're seeing something different. Share it to me in the Discord and I would look at it. But that's for the pairs, right? Now, when we get into these indices and we get into NAS and ES and YM, understand I have split myself into two traders. So on these pairs, I trade a specific intraday strategy. I'm more on the higher time frame. I'm only looking on the 1 hour and the 4 hour for my trades as far as that goes. Now, when I get to indices, that's my day trading personality. So I kind of have two personalities because I really would like being in the market, but at the same time, I like trading the pairs as well. So I developed a strategy for me to trade currency pairs, and then I developed a strategy for me to trade indices. So if currency pairs aren't getting me a setup, because usually I'm on the 1 hour, 4 hour most of the time on these currency pairs, so I'm kind of waiting for setups. So I filled that gap and that waiting gap because sometimes it'll take a day or two for the market to form a setup for me on EU, GU, or one of these pairs. So within that gap, I am trading indices. I'm trading NAS, I'm trading ES, and I'm trading US 30, right? Those are going to be day trading strategies, right? I have a day trading strategy that I am working on here for NAS, ES, and US 30. So it's completely different, right? This is more on the lower time frame. We're executing on lower time frame trades for these. So just that disclaimer, okay? We're still using the same concepts as far as looking for our market structure, looking for the manipulations, waiting for those sweeps, right? The only difference is the way that we're taking our entries. We're taking entries on the 5-minute time frame. Very, very aggressive entries. So it's a little bit different as far as the execution, but as far as the whole market analysis goes with just directional bias, it's exactly the same, right? So NAS here, what I can kind of see is we are sweeping lows and we're going higher, sweeping lows, going higher. Now, where have we came into? Right here, this high is the last major high that created this low, which gave us this huge manipulation, right? Huge manipulation of these lows right here towards the downside. So simply, since we have not broken this high yet, and I'm seeing this push lower, we seen that last week we created this right here, right? This was Thursday, created an aggressive push. Coming in today, we invalidated that. So I'm really expecting us to take out these lows as well. Market is opening in about 20 minutes. So I'm really going to expect us to take out these lows and continuing lower down here to fill this 30-minute. Same thing here on ES. I'm going to be waiting for these lows right here. Off of the 30-minute, right? Waiting for those lows to be taken out. US 30 is a little bit closer. So whichever one of these gives me the best sell opportunity today, that's going to be the one I'm taking. Put that high right there. All right. Now it's simply just waiting for market open. Yep. Now we just wait for market open, guys. Okay. So believe that's every pair that we've talked about. If you guys have any questions, now's the time. All right. If you have any questions, any concerns, before these markets open here and we lock into the charts. So I'm gonna trade these indices right here with you guys. If you want to take some opportunities, be careful. Okay, this is very aggressive. It's gonna be very aggressive in these next couple minutes. All right, so just be careful. We're talking 1 minute, 5-minute imbalances. So please don't risk your account. But yeah, that's the end of my Yep session, guys. So I'm just gonna be chilling right here. If you guys have any questions, Please let me know. Anything that you don't understand, right? If you need some clarity on these concepts or how I actually trade or anything like that, please let me know, right? Because we trade a lot of concepts. I wouldn't say we trade a lot of concepts, but we put a lot of stuff together. Okay. Simple stuff like liquidity, smart money, Wyckoff, supply and demand, right? Those four main concepts that we just kind of put together, market structure, of course, but right, it just kind of pieces itself together. So if you need some clarity on that, please let me know, and I do not mind helping you out. Is Karin in here? I want to ask about this Euro AUD. Another day, another dollar. Not bad. Very aggressive trade. Hmm. Ten more minutes. 10 more minutes. That's 15-minute, isn't it? I'm tripping. Just let you guys know, we're not trading every single imbalance, guys. Okay. I'm just marking this out as potential areas the market could target or react from. I like to wait for market open to really take any of the imbalances, but I'm just going to mark these areas out just to see what we're reacting from, if we're actually even respecting these areas. So most likely not, once the market opens, I'm not going to take a trade from here. But if I do see that the market respects this and we continue lower and we form another one, that's the one I'll take. Okay, so just kind of just marking it out so I don't have to do it later. And yes, these do look the same. You know, they indices always, especially like NAS and ES and on US30, they do look the same, but trust me, it's not the same. Some of them will mitigate, some of them will not, some of them will just not even go close to the imbalance. So that's why I look at all of them. Sometimes you'll have NAS give you a setup, US30 won't give you a setup. You have ES give you a setup, US30 won't give you a setup, or even NAS won't give you a setup. So you kind of just have to see which one gives you the best opportunity. Like if you look at US30 here, look at the difference, right? You can already see, I mean, even though we do have this imbalance, you can just look at this candle right here versus ES versus NQ, right? You can already see the differences. What's your opinion? BTC long or short? Short. You gonna know where you trading? India. Crypto. What is my opinion on crypto? There it is. And it's forming out not to the T I was looking for. I was looking for us to at least hit 100K. We didn't do that. We hit 97, 98. But we are getting that pullback I was expecting. I'm expecting us to pull back at least into 88. Just this wide range right here. Let me make it a little bit better for you. I'm expecting us to pull back into this. Right, this is going to be your buying range from about 75K, 74K to like 87K, right? Inside of this area here is where you want to start dollar cost averaging. All right. That's what I would expect the market to react before we get this next push. If we break this low here, we're going to go a little bit lower to down here. So you're looking around maybe 60,000 to like 70,000, somewhere inside of here if we do break this low. And to be honest, I don't see us breaking beneath 50,000, but if we do, we have bigger problems. Potentially we're going to come all the way down here to about like 30,000 if we do break this low. But this is like very, 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 very like, I see a small chance of that happening, to be honest. So if I would tell you the best buying point, that would be here. This would be your best buying point. But for now, look to get into right here. Okay. So yeah, just chilling, guys. Waiting for indices to open up. Waiting for some alerts here to happen on AU. And just being patient. It's only Tuesday. Not really going to be aggressive. It's FOMC week, right? So not really expecting much. Not a lot from the markets, to be honest. But we're definitely going to look for the opportunities. What's going on, Auntie? Fix this real quick. I was just about to get off. I'm just playing. Soon, soon, soon. Not right now, though. I want to wait till equities open real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for equities to open, and then we'll see. We'll see what we do from there. Hmm. Yeah, I'm waiting for quick scalps here on indices. I don't know if you heard, but I was talking about it last week. I'm building like a a strategy for just like day trading here for just indices. I don't like day trading forex pairs. I don't like day trading regular currency pairs. I like really just intraday and long term. So I'm creating a day trading strategy for indices, and yeah, it's just quick scalps following directional bias, trading off of imbalances, basically targeting liquidity points. It's pretty simple, right? It's a pretty straightforward strategy. You can kind of already see it. These are not where I'm really going to be taking my trades from. It's just areas that I'm looking for the market to react. If we do react off those areas, if we create some new areas, then I'll take those new areas. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I am creating a section inside of the mentorship, like just talking about it and just explaining the rules and everything like that. So whoever wants to just trade this instead, they can just trade that, right? It's a strategy that I'm building right now. So until I complete it, I'm forward testing it right now with a challenge. So after that forward test, then I will set the rules and everything like that. What are you thinking about UJ? I see us going lower. I don't think news really that news event really did anything major. I think it was just a hype moment. Yeah, yeah, I understand that as well. So it's really for those that really are on the charts, can be on the charts at that time, and then of course like our regular strategy on the higher time frame for the forex pairs. So I'm kind of just like I'm two traders in one basically. What's my alert? I think it's gonna hit 10. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's time to lock in. Let me make sure I'm on the right count. Yeah. Okay. All right. See what indices wants to do today. What can we do? What can we go? So I'm really thinking that we're gonna go and take out these lows right here. Just because we came and took out these lows here, I really wasn't expecting us to invalidate this. I was looking at this as like a bullish trend I was going on, honestly. Rate of lows, push, rate of lows, push. And then you can see this push here is just was weak, right? And then we got this bearish push. So I want to see if we can continue pushing lower. If the market already traded back into this. It did. Unfortunate. I don't think NAS did though. NAS didn't. It's pushing into it right now. Nor did US 30. Okay, aggressive push. Aggressive pushes, aggressive pushes. So basically, the reason why I drew out these imbalances, I want to see if we're holding imbalances or if we're invalidating imbalances. If I see us invalidate this imbalance and then invalidate that imbalance, I will take these to the upside, taking out these highs, right? If I see us respecting these imbalances to the downside, I will take the imbalances that it creates to target the lows. So either way, I just want to see if we're going to respect that original, kind of bearish movement, or we're going to invalidate it. If we invalidate it, we're going to target Asian highs up here. And yeah, these are small scalps, so I'm only like targeting a 1 to 2, right? Each trade. It's basically one trade a day, 1 to 2. Tomorrow, 1 to 2. Next day, 1 to 2. Right? Very, very straightforward. The open of NAS is right there. I don't know if you can see that line. But here's that open. And let me message Cello too to see if he's taking anything today. Yeah, let me see what Cello's doing today. First thing I do see here is that we're invalidating imbalances. I wouldn't say invalidating, we're filling imbalances, but for this strategy, we're invalidating imbalances because we're looking for the market to kind of react and reject from these areas. I really do never want to see this go through it. What's the XY doing today? While you're here, Auntie, what do you think for tomorrow? FOMC, are we keeping rates the same? Are we cutting rates? Because that's really what I'm waiting for before I really start being aggressive, especially on like currency pairs. I really want to see what's going to happen. The forecast is he wants to keep it the same. I do believe that might happen, but it's either we're going to cut rates or we're going to keep them the same. Honestly, that's the two that I'm going for. But I would really love for him to cut rates so we can get these markets moving back up again. GU is already on the side that I'm looking for. AU potential setup that's going to happen very, very soon. All right, hopefully we can just take the trade off this 4-hour candle here, guys. And alert's about to go off soon, so we'll see. UJ as well being bearish. 5% rate cut. Okay. That's your expectations? Or that's just, are you saying that's the market expectations? Let me not get off these charts before they form something. What's on the 1 hour? Let's see. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. 1 hour is looking pretty good. So we leave the liquidity. Why? Why are we leaving it? It's US 30. Study's pretty far. Where did we open up? Let me see something. Where did we open up here? I think trade comes from US 30 today. Come on. Which low is this? This is from Friday. That's Friday's low. This is Friday's low, but Friday doesn't open until here. It's Thursday, Monday, Tuesday. Asian session, Friday opens right there. Yeah, he did say he's not looking to cut rates anytime soon. I don't think Powell's a fan of Trump either, so he definitely doesn't want to do what Trump wants. I believe he's going to fight against it as much as possible. It's going to be fun to see. He's open right here. It's 30. So we push back into that low to high on a 1 hour time frame. It's slow holding us higher. We're back into 50%. Back into 80. NQ and ES looks about the same. US 30 took out its low. Already came back though on US 30 here. All right, I like NQ and I like ES. So nice and balanced. Let's see. Let's see. Invalidated here. Balance. 2. US 30 is not looking as clean as ES. I do believe we can go higher in US 30, but I'm not going to take this here. I would rather take that on NAS. I haven't even broken a high yet here. You're talking about Friday's low here. A lot of southern pressure. Opening session has been built. Still watching. Yeah, session open has been kind of bullish today. We haven't even created any 1 minute imbalances yet either. Not at the moment. I started trading into it perfectly. $41,000. Then order flow is being held from this low. Not sure if we pulled back enough. No, we didn't pull back enough. All right, so yeah, order flow is being held from this low. Structure is being held from that low. Order flow from this low to that high. Structure is from this low here. 1 hour. So we're still bullish on this. Looks like longs is going to be what I'm looking for today. Take out Asian highs or swept Asian lows. Asian lows. They're starting not the cleanest. Technically, we already invalidated order flow here on US 30. Low to high, low to high, low to high. We invalidated since here. So being a little bit cautious here on US 30 today as far as directional bias. So if we do, say we actually respect this imbalance right here. Which it looks like we will do. Really could well just be our manipulation for the day. Okay. We're in the 5 minute. I need a candle to close outside of this. I need a bullish candle outside of this imbalance. On the 5 minute. Yes, I already filled its area here. And if we invalidate this, I'm definitely going to look for shorts. It's probably going to be from US 32. US 30 is already on its way down. So be some easy lows to take out. Come on, AU, keep going. I need this trade by the end of today. I really don't want to be in this during FOMC. Honestly, we do not want that to happen. UJ too. Need this to keep going. And GJ. ACAT's looking ugly now. Chef not looking bad. Garbage. Garbage price action. KNAS. Yeah, I think I am going with the shorts on US 30. These are going to close in here. It's not going to give me that rejection that I want. But US 30 is giving me this down move. Got some nice liquidity here. These lows. We invalidated a bullish imbalance. Delete this real quick. Now we wait. NAS too. And ES. I just hope we don't take out the lows right now. Please don't come take out these lows right now. Please, no. You guys know how indices are. We can come down here very, very fast. Don't want that to happen right now. I need to get into this trade before we come down here. And for those of you watching, the entry criteria is always off of an imbalance. A rejection off of an imbalance. 5 minute to be specific. 5 minute imbalance, 5 minute candle rejection. Take the entry. Stop loss. So for this example, if this imbalance holds, which I do hope it does, basically what I'll be looking for when this candle closes, market comes back up here, rejects outside of the imbalance, right? And then take the trade, stop loss at the candle high, and take the trade lower. That is pretty much it. It looks like we are going to go down, but I hope this pressure stops. I don't need this to be this much. And the reason why we need those is because the market creates imbalances every day, every hour. And I don't want you guys, and I don't want to be just trading any regular imbalance. Okay. It has to be rules in place. It has to be things in set. And if the market comes lower, it doesn't fill the imbalance, I'll trade. Realistically, I don't want to force a trade every single day. want to see if Cello took anything. I don't know if there's any 1 minute areas. If he hasn't took anything yet either. 40 seconds. Make sure this is ready for the execution. Look at ES and NAS. Very aggressive pushes to the downside. Delete the steady low here. Get this out the way. Make this a little bit more cleaner. Breakout looks a little bit better. All right, US30, come on. Come on, let's do it. Somewhere there. That's not what I wanted to see. Damn. Yeah, NAS and NQ is probably not gonna make it that far. We could have a liquidity sweep right here. But to be honest, I still see us falling down here. All right, we're getting inside the imbalance. Now we just need a rejection. Yes, did not sweep the lows yet either. So we do have SMT today too. We might have to go with NAS and ES today. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see how clean US30 wants to be. If it wants to be clean. If it wants to be clean, we'll do US30. But I like the SMT here on ES and NAS. Swept these lows here. Well, we didn't sweep these lows yet, but NAS did. NAS swept these lows. ES did not. It's good to know. US30 is not rejecting as hard either. Where's Klein at? He took a trade today on EA that I want to know about. So yeah, all I need is a bearish candle outside of this, and we take the trade. No bearish candle outside of this, no trade. If we close above this area is invalid. We might get the entry here on ES or NAS before we do US 30, but we'll have to see. Whichever one gives us the best trade, whichever one gives us the best opportunity, that's the one we'll take. Like nobody else made it. Looks like this is going to be invalid, so we're not going to take a trade from there. Yes, just straight into this area. NAS it's rated the low. I still don't think Cello has taken any trades yet either. Okay, yes. Get this trade ready. Just in case. It's very close. Needed to close outside of this area, so It looks like we're gonna close right here. Unfortunate. So now I have to wait for another candle. Just need a bearish candle, guys. Just a bearish candle. It's one bearish candle and we're good. No bearish candle, no trade. NAS looks good though. If NAS is going to be the one that gives us this trade, oh well. These are too close for comfort though. We see that US 30 invalidated here. So US 30 is off of the list. Just in case we do go higher, I'm gonna leave that here. So we like to see AU. That is what we like to see. I need just more aggressive pushes. I really want this to happen today. I do not want to go against Powell tomorrow. not tomorrow. He'll win that for sure. NAS might be the move here. 2 more minutes. Well, three more minutes to determine that. See, US 30 is rejecting too, but NAS is perfectly rejecting ES too. Which one do I like better? ES has not taken out its low yet. ES could be an easy target for the lows. Let's see, NAS. We have already rated the lows. Do have that imbalance there. Might do ES just because ES has not taken its low yet, but NAS and ES are literally the same thing. They move literally together. That's why we're looking for that divergence here on these two. What's the 1 minute? What's the 1 minute look like? What are we doing? What are we doing? Not giving me bearish candles. That's what we're doing. Looks like it's one of those days. Patience, 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 patience. Don't you guys dare. Ah. Seems pretty obvious here. So now swept the lows. We swept the lows here. We got a sweep. We're getting a push. This would honestly be like a high probability buy opportunity if we do break this high. If we break this high. If we don't, I'm still looking for shorts. ES did not sweep its low. US 30 swept this low, but it wasn't during the time that we were looking for. Do have a 5-minute imbalance here. It's very, very small. Very small, actually. And now keep going. If you're gonna go, keep going. If you're going to go, keep going. Okay. So now swept these lows. Looks like we're going to invalidate this 5-minute imbalance. If we do that and we get a push to the high, I will take buys again to look for us to take out these highs. Right, so we came and swept the lows, but we didn't give us that setup to come down here and sweep the lows. Not even on the 1 minute. 1 minute didn't even mitigate anything either. Just came straight down. So now it's a waiting game. I really just want to see what direction we're going to go into. US 30 looks really good as well. Potentially take a trade from here too. Depends on whichever one comes back, of course. They both look good though. And this area is invalid. As long as it is. Yeah, so no trades yet, guys. You see, it's just right now. All right. NAS did not. ES did not break the highs, but US 30 did. All right, one of these two areas. Ooh, I like that movement. I love this movement. Okay. While we're waiting for these guys to pull back into these imbalances, let me set an alert here on US 30 just in case. And ES too. And NAS, yes. And NAS. I have to see where I want to take this trade from. It's probably going to be on the 4-hour, but let's see if we can zoom in here and find something. We have imbalance down here. Pretty good. It's our main candle. Did leave that. And since then, we've been filling up all these rest of these areas. Best opportunity will come from this high right here. That's the whole push to the downside. Does that match the 4 hour? Not really, but it's right there. You're gonna see the difference in pips. We're just gonna see what's worth it and what's not worth it. All right, difference from here to here is about 13 pips. Let's go to the 4 hour. If we just take the regular open, it is a 3 pip difference. All right. 3 pip difference, I don't really care for. Now here's the part that matters. Take a trade here off the 1 hour time frame. We risk missing a trade, of course. 14 pips versus probably gonna be like 30 pips. Yeah, about 30. So it's double the pips. Okay. Now let's zoom out. Let's see. 1 to 3. Right there. Of course, that would be the easiest one. 1 to 3 here is a lot further. Ugh. Is that worth it? Is it worth it? What do we have up here? We already filled imbalance here. And we swept the highs. So no real reason why the market should really go that high at the moment. And honestly, might just take this daily wick right here. See where that lines up with as well. Yeah, okay, I know. Okay. Looks like that lines up with here too. Balance here is not very huge. This is about 100 and 193. It's about 43. Only thing about this trade here, guys, is there is like a 60% chance that the market misses this. Yeah, I'll say 60% chance. Now, you gotta ask ourselves, are we willing to miss this trade for a faster take profit? That's really gonna be the decision here. I'm gonna wait. I want to see how the market wait till the market breaks this high. I want to see how aggressively we break this high. If we just, break this high and then we immediately start coming back, potentially we'll probably go with this trade. If we break this high and we hold up here and we just sit, and potentially this is probably going to be the best opportunity. So we'll see. But these are the two areas that I'm looking at. One's going to be a lot faster take profit, but the chances of you missing the trade is a lot higher. And this one, your take profit is a little bit further, so you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But the chances of you missing this trade is lower. So those are the two things that it comes down to at this point on AU. Okay. So once we do invalidate that, I will let you guys know. But for now, we have to find these entries here on NAS. We didn't come back? No. No. So we finally took out the high, and this area does not really matter anymore. Yes. This doesn't really matter. US 30. Oh, well, there's another 5-minute imbalance. Whichever one the market comes and react, guys. Whichever one the market comes and respects. The closer, the better, honestly. Because do I really expect the market to come down here, all the way down here? No. Down here, probably. But down here to this one, Most likely not, but it can happen. I'm gonna move this alert up. A little bit more. I don't know if Sella took anything. I definitely think he did on this 1 minute right here. Let me see. I would not be surprised. He probably just said fuck it and he took this right here, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. He did. Let me see the entry. That's crazy. By the looks of it, I should have just said the same thing and just took that entry as well. But the way I'm looking for this market to go, I definitely believe we'll get something before this market. Before we get to that target. This is a far target for me, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm gonna wait for him to send me this entry so I can show you guys where he got in at. But I'm pretty sure I know exactly where he got in at. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's right here. Boop. There's the entry. Right off that 1 minute imbalance right there. Now, don't get me wrong, 1 minute imbalances are very nice. It's just for this strategy, I'm only doing 5 minute imbalances. It's gonna take a lot longer. Sometimes you're gonna miss days. Sometimes you're not gonna get trades, but it's I would say it's a lot more structured. 1 minute imbalances happen everywhere, so I don't want to get into that. Just should I take this one? Should I take that one? I don't want to get into that. So we do 5 minute imbalances. But it does work, as you can see. 1 minute does work. 1 minute for me is more aggressive, right? That's when I'm scalping really, really aggressively, trying to flip accounts. That's when I'll like trade 1 minute imbalances and get like quick in and out trades. But for this is for a challenge. So I want to be more structured on this one here and build an actual trading plan behind this so that I can share. But while I'm waiting here, you guys kind of see what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for longs off any one of these areas. Um, uh, and then we're looking for longs on AU too. I will update you guys in the Discord about this right here. Most likely, I'm going to be taking a trade from here. The only way I'll take the trade from here is if we immediately come back into this area. And I mean immediately. And to just kind of slim it down a little bit, we could really just take the trade off of this here. Off of the open of that manipulation. Like right here. It's a 3 pip difference. Not that much. It's not that big. But it will save us a little bit more off of this. So we'll see. We'll see. Whichever one the market wants to come into, we'll see. But yeah, since you guys don't have any questions, Auntie went ahead and left out of here. If you guys don't have any questions, looking for longs today on indices. You guys already know that we're looking for longs. So whichever opportunity you can get into to find some long opportunities here, go ahead and jump in. I do believe this market's going higher. for probably the rest of today. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be live again tomorrow. You guys know Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we are live. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'll share these opportunities, especially AU and potentially UJ. We'll see if that goes ahead and gives us that trade today. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining in. And I will see you guys tomorrow, same time. Peace out.